After 3 years of working abroad, I finally came home, only to find my apartment cold. Literally at 0 degrees, the property management kept giving me the runaround about the heating. I hate beating around the bush. So I went straight to the building's heating room and turned the valve on myself. The next thing I know, the neighborhood group chat blows up. Everyone, the heating's on. What's going on? Who's the bitch who broke the rules? Own up before I find you. No one's fessing up. Fine. I'll check the surveillance cameras. You're dead. The messages were from someone named Queen Bee. I put down the kitchen knife and typed. Since the property managers won't do their job, I turned the heating on. Got a problem with that. Queen Bee immediately fired back with a barrage of voice messages, mostly curses, and a punishment. I'm the HOA president. You just caused environmental damage by turning on the heat. Pay up, 500,000. Transfer it now. I laughed at the bank account number she dropped and replied. I got scared by dogs as a kid. Stop barking. Queen Bee lost it. Do you know who I am? I'm the HOA president. Cross me, and you'll regret it. Me. Oh no. I'm terrified. Who else will entertain me if you're gone? She snapped. Which unit are you in? You're screwed. Me. Unit 1. Building X. Come at me. I'll wait. Then she kicked me out of the group. Whatever, I've been a professional bodyguard for years. Thugs. Gangsters. I've dealt with them all. If she wants to play tough, she better check if her bones are hard enough first, but the second I put my phone down, my husband called. Shengnan, you're in deep shit. I was confused. I've been home for less than 4 hours. What trouble could I possibly be in? Then it hit me, Queen Bee. The heating valve. But this was a mid to low tier neighborhood. If she had power, why live here? Turns out it was about the heating. My husband saw our exchange in the group chat and panicked. That woman's connected. They say her uncle's a big deal. Nobody dares cross her. Now it made sense why no one fought the insane no heating rule. But I still wasn't worried. Relax. I've got connections too. And since when does having a powerful uncle mean people can't use heating? My husband, realizing I didn't grasp the severity, nearly shouted. Her family's tied to local thugs. People who opposed her were jumped and beaten in the suburbs. Some sold their homes cheap just to leave. His voice trembled. He was genuinely scared. Before I could reassure him, the temperature in the apartment plummeted. No guessing needed. Queen Bee had shut the valve again. I hung up, rushed to the heating room, and found Shed gone further this time, not just a lock. Shed wrapped the valve in chains, dripping with literal sewage. Her message was clear. Want heat? Get your hands dirty. But I chose option C. I went to her place and shut off her water valve. Then I returned the favor. Chains, lock, sewage, all of it. Water's more urgent than heat. Within 30 minutes, Queen Bee stormed my door with a gang. Through the peephole, I saw a short, stocky woman, under 5 feet, leading a pack of tattooed guys, pounding on my door. You psycho. You dumped shit on our valve. You'll regret this. You got the guts to mess with me. Then come out. Coward. Oh, so she knew covering the valve in sewage was disgusting. I figured she'd be used to it by now. I gripped the doorknob, waited for her to kick the door, then yanked it open hard, with all her weight on that kick. The momentum sent her flying. She landed flat on her back. Skull first, the thugs froze. At 62-inch, broad-shouldered, with a gaze sharp enough to cut. I didn't look like some helpless housewife. I grabbed the baton from my entryway, twirling it. You want a fight? Let's go. That shut them up, except Queen Bee, real name, Linda Smith. Now scrambling up, clutching her head. You idiots. I didn't bring you here to stand around. But when she got a good look at me, even she hesitated. 27 years of martial arts, muscle honed in life or death situations. My stare alone said, try me. Linda hid behind her gang. Silence. Cat, got your tongue. Weren't you gonna teach me a lesson? I stepped forward, baton spinning. The crowd shrank back. Linda knew I wasn't an easy target, but with her water valve locked and soiled, she couldn't back down. This isn't over. She fled, her gang scrambling after her, not even waiting for the elevator. Back inside, I sighed. Normally, I'd break a few fingers to make a punk beg, but Linda had connections. I needed to handle this smart while prepping dinner. I scrolled through contacts for someone who could mediate. Less than an hour later, my front doorknob turned and I walked out to find my elementary school son home early, his face bruised. Footprints on his uniform. Who hurt you? I reached for him, but he shoved me away, crying, "You're a bad mom. I hate you." He slammed his bedroom door. Sobbing. My heart ached. 3 years abroad meant I missed his childhood. I didn't even know his school or teacher. No wonder he resented me. I called my husband for details. "I told you not to provoke Linda Smith." His voice cracked. "Her son goes to our kid's school. He's a bully." "So, my heating stunt got my son beaten." "That's bullshit." I snapped at him. My husband whimpered. "You yelled at me. Crying won't fix this. Both of you, always tears." After calming down, I demanded the school's address, class, and homeroom teacher's number. At the school. The guard eyed me suspiciously, tall, muscular, trouble. The teacher, Ms. Lee, brushed me off. "I'm busy. Wait." Click. Of course. My husband warned me, Linda was the PTA president. And Ms. Lee kissed up to her. Bullied kids. Ignored that I called an old friend, now a gym teacher there, to get in, during recess. I spotted Linda's son instantly, a carbon copy of her, right down to the attitude. "The hell you want?" He sneered that I lifted him by the collar like a kitten and marched to the office. Ms. Lee was bragging about gift cards from Prince Han's mom, Linda's kid, when I walked in. Her precious prince kicking in my grip, she screamed. Attacked me, uselessly. My grip on her wrist left her drooling in pain. The other teachers finally intervened that I sat down. "Linda's son beat mine. Fix it." Ms. Lee threatened to call the cops and post online. I crushed a metal spoon into a ball. "You enable bullying and take bribes. Who do you think people will blame? Bullies share one trait. They're cowards." Linda's son kicked Ms. Lee. "My mom pays you. Do something." She took the hit, too scared to scold her cash cow. Game on. Prince Han had always been a spoiled brat who had no idea what respect meant. Her words only pissed him off even more. And he kicked the homeroom teacher, who was already on the ground, again. "Respect your mom. My ass. Listen up, if you don't beat this guy to death for me, I'll have my mom come and kill you instead." A 7-year-old's kicks might not pack much force. But Lin Yufan's son was built like a brick. Thick and heavy, even though each kick wasn't devastating on its own. The relentless barrage was too much for the homeroom teacher to handle. He groaned in pain. I-oh, I-oh, while the other teachers watching couldn't help but laugh. Just a second ago, she was talking about treating us to sushi. Now look at her, getting served instead. Ha ha ha, serves her right. Disgrace to the teaching profession. Lin Yufan's son took after his mother, a bully who only picked on the weak. He didn't have the guts to come at me, so he took his anger out on the homeroom teacher instead, and this teacher, after all the gifts and favors had taken from Lin Yufan. He didn't dare fight back. As he got beaten, his colleagues mocked him, his face turning red from either pain or humiliation. "Zihan, stop. You're hurting the teacher. Zihan, if you don't stop, I'm telling your mom." "Ah, I said stop. Stop. Are you deaf?" "Fuck. I said stop." With a furious shout, Lin Yufan's son slammed into the sharp corner of a desk, and just like that, he went silent. The homeroom teacher stared at the blood gushing from the boy's head, completely frozen. This wasn't just any kid, this was the child of a well-connected parent, one whose family had showered her with gifts, even if Lin Yufan had been a nobody. As a teacher, laying hands on a student in front of everyone, let alone beating him bloody and unconscious, would be the end of her tenure track. Amid the panicked shouts of the onlookers, her terrified eyes locked onto me. "It's you. This is all your fault." Baring her teeth, she lunged at me, only for me to kick her straight back to the ground. 10 minutes ago, she'd been gloating about the shopping cards she'd received. Now, she was sprawled in the dirt, hair disheveled and covered in dust. Whatever storm my actions today would bring to this school, I didn't care. Once I was sure the guilty had gotten what they deserved, I went to my son's classroom to collect the rest of his things. As I left the school, an ambulance sped past me, sirens blaring. Back at home, my son had already calmed down with his father's comfort. When he saw me, he timidly apologized. "Mom, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gotten mad at you. I was wrong. Looking at his little bowed head, the son I hadn't seen in 3 years, my heart ached. Wondering how much bullying had endured from Lin Yufan's kid while I was gone, just thinking about that little tyrant running wild at school while my son was so small and fragile made my chest tighten that I scooped him up and reassured him. It's okay, sweetheart. Mom knows you've been through a lot. We're not going back to that school. They'll find you a better one. The second he heard that, all his fear vanished. His eyes lit up like stars as he gasped. Really, Mom, you're amazing. I won't have to be scared of them anymore. My husband wiped his eyes discreetly. Thank God you're back. When he got bullied before, I never dared to speak up. And your phone never worked overseas. When ID first gotten that classified government contract abroad, ID hesitated, worried they'd be vulnerable without me. But the pay was too good to pass up. Enough to buy us a new home now. My husband wiped his tears again. Nervous. Are we moving this time? I can't stand living here anymore. I ruffled my son's hair. Not just moving, we're upgrading. Top-rated school district this time. I pulled out a floor plan. 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. With enrollment priority at the best elementary and middle school in the city that ID had my eye on this place even before leaving the country. Asking a realtor friend to keep an eye out. But ID never fully committed, until today, after what happened at the school. I called my friend immediately. Luckily, there was still 1 unit left with decent sunlight. I put down the deposit right then and my husband and son had suffered under Lin Yufan's tyranny for too long. They didn't want to stay a minute longer. Let's go check out the new place now. Sure. Let's all go handle the paperwork together. I pressed B in the elevator, and my husband's face instantly darkened. Honey, we need to go to the first floor. The car is parked outside. I frowned. Why outside? We have an underground parking spot. He hesitated. Well, it's been taken. Still in my arms. My son whispered. Prince Han's mom stole it. And his dad kicked Daddy. My husband's face flushed redder as he turned away. Embarrassed that my blood boiled. But before I could say anything, my phone rang like a damn alarm. The number was unfamiliar, but my husband panicked instantly. That's Lin Yufan. She's coming for you. I smirked. Perfect. I'd been wondering how to deal with her. And here she was. Handing me the opportunity that I answered. Lin Yufan's shrill voice screeches through the speaker. UBTCH. If anything happens to my son, Ilf King and you think you can run. You know who my uncle is. He'll destroy you. I curled my lips into a cold, humorless smile. Don't worry. I'm not running. You know where I live. Why not come settle this yourself? Or are you too scared? My taunt only doubled her rage. Still running your mouth. Just wait, you'll regret this. She hung up. She'd be here soon that I handed our son to my husband and told them to hide at my workplace, where dozens of intimidating, muscle-bound guys stood guard daily. The kind that made ordinary people's knees shake just looking at them. Then I grabbed a small stool, found a hidden spot across from our parking space, and waited. Sure enough, within half an hour, a Ford Fiesta pulled in. Lights flashing, Lin Yufan stepped out, along with a pale-faced man, her husband, fuming. They stormed into the elevator, shouting into their phones, rallying people to make me pay. The second they left, the construction crew ID called arrived. The foreman, tool kit and materials in hand, asked, "Ma'am, which spot's yours?" I pointed to the one with the Wuling parked in it. They got to work immediately. This spot wasn't just conveniently close to the elevator, it was flanked by pillars, creating natural walls like a private garage. Prime real estate. Plenty of people had tried to buy it from me. But ID always refused. Lin Yufan hadn't just taken it, she'd strong-armed the property manager into transferring the deed to her name without paying a cent. Like hell that was happening. The crew worked fast, installing an electric rolling gate over my parking space. Because the pillars were positioned mid-spot rather than at the edges, the gate descended right over the Ford Fiesta's hood. Once they left, I gripped the remote and pressed the close button. The aluminum gate whirred to life, lowering steadily until it hit the car's frame. I kept holding the button down. The Fiesta's thin body crumpled under the pressure, the alarm shrieking as a deep dent formed. A few more rounds of this, and the hood was toast. Satisfied the car was trapped, I hailed a cab and headed straight for the hospital where Lin Yufan's son was on the way. I pulled up our home security feed. Lin Yufan had brought an army. Dozens of people packed the hallway outside our door. When no one answered her pounding, she cursed and ordered them to break down our door. They stormed in, smashing everything in sight: the fridge, TV, coffee table, shoe cabinet. All the appliances I'd painstakingly bought on Black Friday were destroyed. The custom furniture I'd agonized over, reduced to splinters. Then they hit the bedrooms. My son's prized figurines, my husband's crisp suits, my beloved velvet bedding, all ruined. Watching the home I'd built with such care turn into a war zone made my heart bleed. But Lin Yufan wasn't screwed. Smashing things wasn't enough. She'd come for me, and I was nowhere to be found. She barked orders. I know where her man works. Let's go. Hell lead us to her. And just like that, the mob vanished. That I didn't have time to mourn. The hospital was here. Lin Yufan's son sat in a chair outside pediatrics, hooked to an 4. Right there, in front of a crowd. I dropped to my knees. Sweetheart, Auntie was wrong. I shouldn't have let the teacher hit you. Does it still hurt? The little brute's head was wrapped in thick gauze. Confused at first, his instincts quickly took over. He kicked me. Get lost. My mom's coming, and she's gonna kill you. He landed several more kicks. I didn't dodge. Soon, bystanders intervened, pulling him away. You can't just hit people. Where are your parents? The kid glared. I forced out a few tears. It's fine. I deserve it. I shouldn't have crossed someone like her. My voice carried, drawing more onlookers. What do you mean? Who is this kid? What do you do to make an adult kneel to a child? Explain. Amid the murmurs, I played the reluctant victim. It's complicated. They have connections. If I say more, they'll retaliate. They already trashed my home. That set off a firestorm. Phones came out, recording that a woman pushed through. I'm a reporter with the Daily Tribune. Are you saying someone with influence retaliated against you? Your home was vandalized. Lin Yufan's son, dumb as he was, knew to defend his family. She's lying. I raised my phone. I have proof. He erased the video of his parents destroying my home. The security footage played clearly. The reporter immediately sent it to her news desk. Who are these people? What connections do they have? What did you do to provoke them? The kid tried to interrupt, but the adults held him down. Finally, I relented. His mom has a powerful relative. She strong-armed our neighborhood into cutting central heating and stole my parking spot. I confronted her, so she had her son bully mine at school. The teacher took bribes to cover it up. Then, when I scolded the kid, he took it out on the teacher, who shoved him, and he got hurt. Here's the translation in American English for professionals aged 2535, using colloquial language while maintaining the original narrative structure. The female reporter transcribed my words verbatim and asked, "Is everything you said true? This is going straight to print, you know." I nodded firmly. True. Let me prove it to you. With that, I dialed Lin Yufan's number. She was probably causing a scene at my husband's workplace right then, thinking she'd finally flushed me out. Her voice dripped with smugness when she answered. Oh, look who's finally come out of hiding. Listen here, if you don't show yourself immediately, I'll make sure your husband loses his job and becomes a social pariah. I put her on speakerphone. Lin Yufan's voice blared clearly, but everyone present stayed eerily quiet when I remained silent. She escalated. Transfer me $1,000,000 and sign over your pathetic little house. And maybe I'll let this go. Otherwise, tomorrow's home invasion will make today's damage look like child's play. Feigning weakness, I replied. I know your uncle's powerful, but that doesn't give you license to break laws. You've banned central heating in our complex and forced everyone to buy your husband's eco-friendly air conditioners. People are freezing in their own homes. Lin Yufan's ridiculous rules prohibited central heating and all air conditioners except her husband's overpriced units priced at 30,000 yuan each, plus 5,000 monthly maintenance fees. The units got forcibly replaced annually, and using competitors' models incurred 3,000 yuan hourly pollution fines that went straight into Lin Yufan's pocket. On the phone, she was still gloating. 3,000 is nothing. You should be paying more for the environmental damage. Cold. Not my problem, wear more layers. The room erupted in shocked murmurs. The reporter finally interjected, scowling. Who gave you the right to control an entire complex's heating and extort residents into buying your products? This isn't just strong-arming, it's outright racketeering. Blissfully unaware of her audience, Lin Yufan snapped back. Who the hell are you? I've got powerful connections, people way above your pay grade. The reporter snorted. Your so-called uncle. Let's see how long his protection lasts. She immediately transcribed the recording and sent it to her news agency. Don't worry, she assured me, patting my shoulder before rushing back to file the story. The crowd dispersed too, some posting videos online. Others releasing Lin Yufan's son. The clueless kid finally sensed something was wrong when people started giving him looks and frantically called his mom on his smartwatch that I brushed the dirt off my pants and left the hospital, calling the police to report a home invasion and property damage. When my cab reached our complex's entrance, I ran into Lin Yufan's crew returning by taxi, since I'd trapped her car with the garage shutter. Spotting me, she charged like a bull, screaming obscenities. You messed with my car and my son, I'll kill you. Outnumbered, I decided to retreat until the police arrived. But as I entered the complex, I found the courtyard packed with residents who for the first time weren't cowering. They advanced on Lin Yufan with clenched fists and makeshift weapons. Her gang froze. Lin Yufan especially couldn't comprehend why her formerly docile subjects had grown spines. She tried her usual bluff. You dare. My uncle will destroy you all. But the crowd wasn't having it. Their leader pulled out his phone. What uncle? You're nobody. The screen showed the reporter's breaking news, my surveillance footage, and the damning call already public. Below it was a video of her uncle, clarifying they were barely acquaintances from his hometown. She just started calling him uncle to inflate her status, realizing they'd been duped by such cheap tricks into years of oppression. The crowd's rage became volcanic. Even Lin Yufan's hired thugs bailed when they realized her influence was fiction. Her husband dramatically slapped her. You lied to me. No money. No connections. I'm divorcing you. Before fleeing the mob. Wait. Don't leave me. Lin Yufan wailed uselessly as residents surrounded her. The first strike came from a frail, childless widow in my building, her slap surprisingly strong. You let my pipes freeze and burst, saying I'd die soon anyway. Next was the former homeowners association head, who kicked her down. You broke my son's leg to steal my position. Now feel what that's like. As others queued up for retribution, I grew concerned this much collective fury could turn fatal. Fortunately, the police I'd called earlier arrived just in time, cuffing Lin Yufan while reading her rights. You're under arrest for extortion, property damage, and endangering citizens through criminal conspiracy. And just like that, the 3-year reign of terror by the self-styled Queen of Maplewood Estates ended in court charges and massive civil lawsuits. Residents finally turned on their ACs and heaters freely. As for me, time to pack up and move to a new home with my family. Oh, and ladies, always learn some self-defense, it saves your ass when things go south.